Hi everyone, here we are again. I'm Tony. This is SV Tapatya, sailing vessel Tapatya. She's a 31-foot 8-inch Benford Dory that we're in the process of building, and these videos are all about that build, really, the log of the build. And this week I want to start off the first few minutes, try and give you a sort of a look around the outside and try to give you an overview of the boat, the exterior of the boat. I know I did one a couple of weeks ago of the interior, but I've never really tried to do the exterior largely because of the restrictions of this rather small shed. But Kerry's here, we've got a couple of cameras, we've got the standard Nikon, and we've got the little action cam on a gimbal, and we'll try and get up and around and give you an overview. Let's give it a go. So we start up at the bow end. It's got quite a nice curve to the stem, which I rather like, and quite a lot of overhang, so it's far from being a plumb bow. It's this lovely curving overhang bow. Got my bow fitting up there that we made a few months ago. But anyway, what I was going to say about the bow is that she's quite fine. The first few sections of the stations are pretty much straight as she goes back. So it starts off straight and then starts to curve out. Can you come and follow me around, Kerry? Is that okay? Yeah. Starts to curve out a bit fuller here, back to midships. So 31 foot 8 long, 10 foot wide at the maximum beam. But obviously hard chine, so we've got these straight lines down this way, either side, and a flat bottom as she stands at the moment. There will be a keel, a full keel, or perhaps a 3/4 keel is a better description, that starts from this point down here and will angle back to the depth, flat bottom keel, which gives us a draft in the region of 3'6". I think we'll go up on the foredeck and have a look from there, maybe with the other camera. So we're up here on the foredeck. Obviously, you have a scan around there, Kerry. That's the way. Very nice. So it looks like that. Pretty much standard as per design. The only thing I've done different here is that the designs call for, or the plans call for a butterfly hatch here, and I've gone for this doghouse structure. For the simple reason, I just thought this would give us more room in the fore cabin. So that's why I've done that. The dimensions of this doghouse are exactly the same dimensions as the butterfly hatch would have been, except I think I made it a bit higher. We've got a hole here, if you turn around and look at this, where the forward mast comes up. It's a schooner, junk schooner. So put that back in. You have to imagine a mast coming up here, which will give you a nice firm grip, of course, when working on the foredeck, but obviously takes a fair bit of space as well. Scuppers in the corners, because of course everything runs back to there. Good size scuppers, I believe. What you have got on this foredeck is you've got these very nice high bulwarks. And obviously there'll also be some stainless, life rails, guards there, a pulpit at the front. So it will be very secure on the foredeck. Good, let's move on to the main deck up here, Kerry. Good, up on here. The cabin house is full width. It's what Mr. Benford describes as the raised deck version. You see the same idea on a few other boats. Gives us great room inside, and we haven't got those side decks that you may see on the more traditional setup. So this raised deck comes out to full width. Lovely big deck, massive area really for the size of the boat. Another mast coming up here, so you have to imagine mast coming up there. These two deck stringers are structural. They tie all the deck beams together and make the deck really good and solid. Sliding hatch coming on there. I've gone for these black locust rails around there with scuppers. Stanchions are planned to come here for the lifelines. Again, should be good and secure, looking good. We'll go back down below and wander around midships outside. So we're midships. Cabin comes out full width, obviously. So we've got these two straight lines as the cross section. Will be the keel will be down below, obviously. There's not much to say about that, is it? Small ports, a little bit of light in, but a bit of fairly safe from seawater intrusion. Rubbing straight coming around. It's coming around in a lovely straight curve. And she carries her full width back fairly well. It's starting to curve in again now, obviously, but still a good width back as far as getting towards the end. So we're at the aft end. It's very nice overhang to the aft end. Stern post is straight. You remember the stem was curved, but the stern post is straight. There will be a stern hung rudder on here with a tiller for the steering. So a very simple stern hung rudder steering system. Things I want to point out here is that the curve, she's a double ender obviously, and the curve at the aft end is much fuller. So you've got much more volume at the aft end. Remember the front end is quite fine, the aft end's full curving back. So you've got a nice lot of buoyancy at the aft end. Following seas, she should lift up nicely and ride following seas. Next thing is the line of the chine. If you scan around from, that's it, up the line of the chine, Kerry, you'll notice quite a pronounced rocker on that chine line, particularly at the aft end. Front end hasn't got so much, the aft end has quite a bit of rocker on it. And finally, just scan around the shear there. See this lovely curve to the shear. This has come out very well, I'm very pleased with this. I've got a very fair curve to this piece of wood here. So the shear has got this lovely curve fore and aft to it, with the fore end sticking up, the aft end sticking up, and lovely lines. Very pleasing. And again, if you look up here, Kerry, got even higher bulwarks here, so the cockpit is beautifully protected. Nice high bulwarks. Good, so we'll go up onto the aft deck now and have a quick look at that. So aft end of the raised deck, coming down here into the aft deck cockpit area. We've got a very small cockpit which won't hold much water, is the goal of that, but there's plenty of room for two people to get their legs in. Tiller will protrude, so far forward, so you'll be sat here steering with the tiller. I've got a very nice bit of Sitka spruce that Till donated to the cause. That will be the tiller. So Till's piece of wood will become a tiller, a tiller. Very nice. Hatch underway. Aft deck runs forwards, which means obviously two things. We need scuppers here. I'm going to put a bit of black locust across here so the rainwater runs off and through those scuppers. And we need cockpit drains here and here. Not cockpit, aft deck drains here and here. Cockpit drains in there, which will connect together, go out the sides of the boat for drainage there. So those have still got to be installed. But the aft deck, the deck boxes are my idea. They're not in the plans, but gives you a lovely protected aft deck. Feels really comfortable and safe. And as I said, same with the forwards. There'll be stainless work, giving you lifelines, life rails. And I still think I'll have a fixed bimini, so it'll be a very protected aft deck. And that really is most of it. Well, I guess that's it for this week. Give us your thumbs up, please, or hit the subscribe button if you like what we do. There's the link to Patreon coming up. As little as $1 a month. Your support helps make these videos. See you next time. Bye.
We see it all in black and white and painted all so reasonably. I sit